Good morning, children. So, here at first, everyone, I want to say you congratulate. You are promoted to the 8th class. Here, up to 7th class, you have studied the science in a combined with the biological science and physical science in one book. But when you have entered into the 8th class, here completely the biological science has been separately is being taught by you, and you are going to have in depth about the biology. Understand, Nana? So here we are going to teach you about the cell, the basic unit of life, and here we are going to learn about in detail about this topic. Here, first of all thing, everyone, I think so, you people are staying at home only. Please, better to stay at home and be safe. Again, everyone, please listen carefully whatever I am teaching, and I am going to revise it twice and thrice. Here, until 7th class, you people have not having that much of depth of the subject in biology and in especially in biological science. But when you enter into the 8th, the biological science is completely separated, the completely it is separate subject for you. So here we are going to teach you every part of the lesson very clearly, and every important word is also important when we are teaching the lesson. Okay, children, now let us start our lesson with the, what is our lesson name? The cell, the basic unit of life. Here, then what topics we are going to learn now? We are going to learn about the introduction. Yes, introduction part is very important. Why? Because here you should know that what is a cell, why we are saying that yeah, you are made up of multicellular, you are made up of unicellular, what is that cell mean. Okay, so let us have an introduction about this topic. You know that Earth. Yes, we know that in a Milky Way the Earth is one of the planet, and you know that here in Earth we are saying various living organisms. Yes or no, children? Yes, various. I am using a word various. Here we are seeing various from minute mosses to huge carnivore. Huge carnivore. Now we are seeing a invisible bacteria, that is very minute bacteria, to a big blue whale. Yeah. Here, what we are seeing? We are seeing various living organisms on the earth that happily coexisting. Happily coexisting. And here, every living organism on the earth, they are having their basic unit. Their basic unit is cell. Basic unit is cell. Ma'am, what is the basic unit of cell? Can you explain? Yes, Nana. Here the cell. See, Nana, here a group of cells made tissues. These tissues having the similar structure and perform similar function, and these tissues together called organs, forms organs. These organs form organ systems, and these organ systems are present in living organism. That means our cell, we also, our basic unit is also cell. Understand? So, what is our lesson name? The cell, the basic unit of life. Ma'am, if I want to see my cell, I can see it visible? No. Here, that is happening so many scientists. That means about 350 years. Understand? Before that, after the 350 years of microscope, they doesn't know about what is happening, how invisible world and everything. They don't know everything. But after the discovery of microscope, so many They did hard work in contributing their valuable study about these invisible world. Understand? That means there are various scientists they work over. But in our 8th class textbook, they are given about these 4 scientists. Ma'am, here 5 are there. No, you are saying 4. Yes. First of all, whatever the scientist name involved in this topic, I want to explain. Then I am going to tell a new person which is not there in our textbook. Understand? So let us see who are the scientists. They contributed their valuable study over the microorganism or the living organisms which cannot be seen through our naked eye by the help of microscope. Understand? By the help of microscope, we can see the various living organisms that we cannot see them. Understand? So, first, here the microscope. First microscope was discovered. Yes, the first microscope was discovered by Hans and Zacharias Janssen. Zacharias Janssen. Hans and Zacharias Janssen, they are both spectacle makers in the year 1590. Understand? In the year 1590, they made these simple microscope, that is magnifying lenses. But the first person who observed the living organisms, let us see those all the scientists who contributed. Here up to now what we have learned? We have learned the introduction, why the cell is called as a basic unit of life. If cell is not there, no tissues, no organ, organ systems, no organism. That means here in our body there are various organ systems are present. They are doing various different functions. These organs are made up of tissues. Tissues are made up of cell. That means the basic unit is cell itself only. Now, here we have said about the great scientists which involved in our subject. Nathaniel Pritchard, Jan Swammerdam, Anthony van Leeuwenhoek and Robert Hooke. These are the 4 fellows. There are various scientists now. Understand? There are various different members. They have helped us to learn about the cell organelles inside the cell also. But up to your topic, we are introducing these 4 members. Here, Nathaniel Pritchard, John Swammerdam, Anthony van Leeuwenhoek, Robert Hooke. Now, among them, understand, among them, we are going to learn about these 2 scientists and their valuable contributions. Understand? Now, let us start. We are going to learn in detail about the scientists and their discoveries. Okay? Now, here, do you have any doubt here? Up to now. Very good. I hope so. You people have got an idea why the cell, that is, why the cell is called as a basic unit of life. Okay. Now, we will go for what they have did, how these scientists work over there, in what means, in which year and what happened. Then we will learn about these scientists. Okay, Nana? So let us have in 1674. Okay, here we are going to see first about Anthony van Leeuwenhoek in our textbook. In do you know? Understand why? Because here if we are going to prefer the textbook, in textbook every topic is important to discuss. Understand? Ma'am, it is not involved in the nothing. In do you know also is completely involved in the textbook itself. So when we go for do you know, in this Anthony Leeuwenhoek in 1674. In 1674, what he did? He observed. He made a simple magnifying lens. He made himself a simple magnifying lenses, and through the lenses he observed. What he observed? He observed the bacteria. Understand? So Anthony van involving first person. Please listen my version. First person. He is the first person in the year 1674. 1674. Understand? Then he said first he observed a moving bacteria, the bacteria, and he observed the yeast. He observed the RBC cells, understand, red blood cells, and here he made a various types of the magnifying lenses. Understand? He made a simple various types of magnifying lenses, and he started observing all the living and non-living things. Living and non-living things. How great! See, in 17th, that is in 16th century. Before that, who first discovered? In 15th century. Hence, he is the father of this fellow, Zacharias Janssen. These both fellows first discovered. He made a simple. This is the structural. Understand? Through these objective lens, through these magnifying lenses, they made. Understand? But the first, after 1590, after 1674, that means in between, Robert Hooke also is the first person. He observed a cell, that is in a non-living thing. Okay, let us discuss that next. Here 1674, he made a simple magnifying lenses, and he is the first person to observe bacteria, yeast, RBC, and red blood cells, and he made various types of various type of magnifying lenses when he observed them. Even he observed, he put a drop of water in a glass slide, and he observed the moving, living things inside a drop of water. Understood, Nana? Everyone here? I hope so. Now you have understood about these scientists. Next, here, next we'll go for Robert Hooke. So, why? Because in our state, means in our syllabus, we have to follow strictly the textbook learning. Why? Because in textbook, whatever word, whatever it is there, we have to explain. Now, then we'll go for Robert Hooke. Here, Robert Hooke. Okay, Robert Hooke. Here, Nana, he is a British scientist. He is a British scientist in 1665. Please see the year 1665. Anthony Leeuwenhoek in 1676. That means first the name cell was given by Robert Hooke, but later the living organisms was observed by Anthony Leeuwenhoek. Understand? So he is a British scientist. In 1665, he made a simple magnifying lenses. In these magnifying lenses, then here he observed a cork. Now a word. A cork means it is a bark, soft tissue. He observed a bark of oak tree. Oak tree. Understand? Bark means it is a soft tissue of oak tree, and he took this bark. Understand? Then he took a thin slice of this one, and using thin slice, and he placed it on a glass slide, and he observed under his magnifying lenses. Then he observed what he observed? He observed that it looks like a honeycomb. Understand, children? Now again I am repeating. Everyone, please, you can listen carefully. So first we are learned about Anthony van Leeuwenhoek. Before that, in 15th century only, Hans and Zacharias Janssen in 1590, they first made a simple magnifying lens, that is microscope. Then we go for Robert Hooke. He is a British scientist. In 1665, he made a simple magnifying lenses, and he observed a bark of oak tree. He took, what is bark? A soft tissue of oak tree, and he took a thin slice, very thin slice. Understand? And he placed on the glass light, he observed on magnifying lenses, then he observed a structures like honeycomb. Then if you see, these are the structures, okay. Then he observed these type of structures. That means the Robert Hooke, when he observed these all, he is himself, he is mentioning, yeah, when I observed this thin slice of bark of oak tree, then I observed these structures are looking like a honeycomb. He mentioned how these structures look. These structures look like a honeycomb. Then he observed, yes, these are completely empty spaces. He didn't find anything. So these empty spaces, understand, then he given these structures, these empty spaces, he given a word cell. So the first word cell used by Robert Hooke. Now we are using cell. Understand? Cell. This is first said by Robert Hooke. He observed on take a bark of thin slice of bark of oak tree. He placed that under a glass light. When over he observed through magnifying lens. You know that he made himself these magnifying lenses. Understand? Then he observed. These are looking like a honeycomb. Then their small cavities he observed, and he said, yes, these he named it as a cell. That means here in Latin, cell means little room. Wow, the wording is good. Little room. In Latin language, the cell means little room. So here, whatever he observed completely what? He observed only the non, that is the dead cells. Understand? He observed the dead cells, and that means a plant dead, the cork is a dead. So he observed, when he observed, he didn't find anything inside the cell. It is completely empty. So he given his name as cell. In Latin, cell means little room. Then here we have to go for Anthony Leeuwenhoek. We already discussed, that is in 1674. He is a person who is the first human who discovered the living bodies. Again I am saying, who seen the living bodies under the microscope. What living bodies he observed? He observed bacteria, he observed yeast, he observed protozoan, he observed RBC, he observed in a drop of water so many living organisms. See now, here we have discussed only 2 members, but so many members, they contributed their valuable contributions over the invisible world. Okay, now here one of my students asked, ma'am, can we do the experiment which is did by Robert Hooke? Yes, but here we are not getting an oak bark. Yes, sir. So instead of oak bark, we are taking a mastic. Understand? So now I will tell the theoretical part. Now in the next coming video, I will show experimental part. Okay, no? Why? Because first let me explain the theory part. In the next video, definitely we will do the experiment and I will show all the things which are needed for the experiment. Okay, Nana? In the last 5 minutes I am going to show you a microscope and I am going to show the parts of the microscope. I want to say the parts of microscope. Last 5 minutes I will tell it. Now let us have this explanation theoretical part, what we require and how we are doing. Why? Because this video will help to the next video about the practical part for you people. Okay, let us do that one. Okay, Nana. Here what we said that ma'am, can we show that the same experiment which did by Robert Hooke? Yeah, but here we are not getting at present the oak bark. So instead of that, we are taking a matchstick. Understand? so it is also made up of wood only, and that is from the plant. So then here what we have to do, take the matchstick. So this is a theoretical part. Next I will show the experiment part. Then soak it half an hour. Then again cut the matchstick with the blade. Take a thin slice. What Nana? Thin slice. Place it on glass slide. Put a drop of water. Put a drop of water and cover with the cover slip. I will show all these things. No need to worry. So cover slip. And while you are placing the cover slip, please note this one. Air bubbles should not form. Should not form. Understand? You should avoid the air bubbles. Then see under the microscope. Then when you see under the microscope, you will also find the strange structures which the robot would have observed under the oak tree. Understand? Oak bark. Why? Because here both are dead. So you cannot find anything inside the cell. So there are only empty spaces you can see. In the next experiment, we are going to see the two practical parts observing of an onion peel cell. We are seeing a living thing next. Understand? Observing a onion peel cell, and the theoretical, that is practical part of observing the matchstick. Both we are going to do in the next coming video. I am going to show you. So now here I want to show you main, especially this is a microscope, Nana. You are seeing this is a microscope. Understand? Here next we are, through this microscope only we are going to do a lot of experiments, and the next coming class I want to teach you the parts of the microscope. So the next video we are going to learn about the parts of microscope, observing of the matchstick, then observing about the onion peel cell. Completely theoretical part and practical part, both we are going to complete. I hope that everyone have understood the topic without any problem. If you have any problem, yes, you can understand. Why? Because I am going to repeat so many times all this topic whenever the video is going. Next video, before the next video only I will start. Okay, I hope you everyone understood. Thank you so much.